Hello, Copper Fam, I am Poet, but who are you?
David Rianich.
And this is the show where you leave your comments below, and some of them are, some of them are, pooh! And there's an epic moment in this show, and it only goes.
Comment of the week.
Wow, do you know what? I love the variety. You're always mixing it up.
Yeah,
You're probably thinking, where are we now? We happen to be on a rooftop in Dalston somewhere overlooking this fantastic view. And today we speak to the one they call Rory from Chelsea Fan Channel. We speak about Mr. Nigel Pearson.
Do players get themselves deliberately sent off?
But first of all, Vuj, where was you last week?
Well, last week, I went back home for a bit of banter. The full video is out right now on Copper 90, do check that out.
Can I say, Vuj, whilst you were over there, you took some amazing photos.
Thank you very much. It was part of a project by Go Click. They want to cover football all around the globe by giving people a disposable camera. And if you think you could do it for your country, click on the link below and apply. Head there later on this week to see more of my photos and my story on the Belgrade derby.
All right, only one place to start at Stamford Bridge. Who are we going to introduce, Vuj?
We have got Rory from Chelsea Fans Channel. Come on, Rory, come inside here. I mean, I don't know why I'm so happy to introduce you. You've won the league.
If I'm being honest with you, I'm quite pissed off with you, mate. Is that you defacing my club?
It's not me. I accept absolutely no responsibility for that. I appreciate the prank though. It must have been a genius who came up with it.
Joseph Mackenzie has said, "We've done it. We are the champions. Happy times." For all Chelsea fans, how happy are you, man?
I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely delighted. It was a wonderful thing. I mean, it's the first time we've won it for 5 years, so it's always nice. And it's all down to Jose Mourinho. He's an incredible man.
Was it really all Mourinho? I mean, how big of the factor was the money?
The question is, are you worthy champions?
I don't think that there's such a thing as an unworthy champion. I think a champion is a champion, and therefore we are the champions, and therefore worthy. But I understand your point, and I think it's going to sort of depend on what happens from now to the end of the season. I think that any team who gets more, if you accrue more than 90 points in a season, I think you're classed as a great team. And if Chelsea win their next 3 games, they'll get 92 points, which is only sort of 3 shy of the record.
I don't know, I look at it like this. Boxing on the weekend, everyone cusses Mayweather for being a defensive type of, boxer. Oh, he's so boring, He's an unworthy champion. Chelsea are basically the equivalent to Mayweather, but in football.
Poet, that's the biggest compliment you could pay Chelsea. Chelsea are like the Mayweather of football. I absolutely agree. Mayweather's an incredible boxer and a wonderful talent, probably arguably the best
Stop
ever.
being nice, Rory! I don't want to like you, and I don't want to like Chelsea at all.
Yeah.
It's true, Mayweather's I'm so happy that you said that, thank you.
Chelsea have had money for 10 years. In 2004, 2005, they started spending heaps of money. Everyone else started spending heaps of money after that. So we're already 10 years behind Chelsea. I expect them to be in this advanced position.
In the 10 years previous to Abramovich coming in, Chelsea have won 6 times more trophies than Arsenal have won in the last 10 years. So it's not purely Abramovich.
So you include the flipping Inter-Toto Cup, or whatever the hell it was, as a worthy trophy to the Premier League. You didn't win the Premier League?
I include an
Did you win the Premier League?
We didn't.
Did you
but neither did you in the last 10 years.
We did. No, because we haven't spent that money.
But neither had we pre-Abramovich.
It's killing me being this upbeat about it. But here is Rory at the game, at Chelsea, just filming all the fun.
If we do it, we'll be champions for the first time in 5 years. I'm absolutely buzzing.
So we got these Chelsea players celebrating their Premier League. Got Lurk Remy doing a little dance. Cahill spraying Terry. And then we got Jose Mourinho making interesting comments in press conferences, like this.
In my country we say the dogs bark and the caravan goes by.
Now, boys, can someone tell me what he's talking about, dogs and caravans and Premier League titles?
The dogs bark and the caravan goes by. Very wise words in my opinion. Dogs barking at you from the side doesn't really matter because you're just going to carry on driving your caravan. So I think he's saying everyone else behind him that has been talking, the media, are the dogs, and he's in his caravan, just merrily driving through on his trip to the Premier League.
So if he's noticing these dogs, barking outside the caravan, why does he get a better car so we can't hear him? Rory, what do you make of probably the Premier League's best defender, Jonathan Terry?
I think it's a travesty that he wasn't the PFA, at least nominated for the PFA Player of the Year. He's, without a shadow of a doubt, Chelsea's best defender, arguably Chelsea's best player this season. I doubt this trophy would have happened without his presence, and it's just nice to see him playing football so well again, especially after he was doubted by his ex-manager.
All right, Copper fam, if you feel Chelsea are worthy winners or you don't think they're worthy winners, leave a comment, let us know your thoughts. And if you want to see more of Rory, head over to Chelsea Fans channel and you can check him out doing all the things that Chelsea fans do. Thank you so much for being here, Rory.
Thank you very much.
But go and celebrate your Premier League.
Thanks for having
Skip
us.
away! Skip away! Elsewhere in the Premier League, let's look further down the table. Golden Ball says this: what happened to Newcastle players? Did they really deliberately get sent off?
You can't surely in the Premier League get deliberately sent off. If we look at Newcastle's situation, they're really struggling, yeah?
They're under it.
They're changing managers. Their owner is pretty much only thinking about Sports Direct. Do you know what I mean? There's no direct leadership there. He's thinking about how he's going to get those 0-hour contracts to those lads from Poland, yeah? He doesn't care about the club. You can't deliberately get sent off. I think the manager is losing the plot, mate.
I think John Carver's to blame for this whole situation. I don't think you should be bringing up the fact that Colback, you need 11 Colbacks and Tim Krul and then saying this player got sent off on purpose. It's like you're giving all the responsibility to the players, because we all know if things were going great, it would all be, oh my God, give Carver the job. So you can't have this. I just think
you know what?
A bit unbalanced.
And if he has an issue, maybe he should introduce a 0-hour contract.
Copper fam, leave a comment, let us know. Do you feel Newcastle players are deliberately getting sent off? Has John Carver lost the plot completely? Because the game that it all went wrong, I feel, for Newcastle happened to be against a side, 5 wins in 6 games, Leicester City. And we got a comment here from Footy Man. He has said, how well are Leicester doing now? What an amazing turnaround. Pearson's madness seems to be paying off. Thoughts?
You know what, you see madness, it's either going to go amazing or it's going to go tits up.
Yeah.
And for Leicester, it's gone amazing.
Speaking of how wonderful Nigel Pearson is, we actually have him live from the press conference right now. Nigel, thank you for joining us. Do you feel you're going to stay out the season?
Have you been on holiday for 6 months?
Well, I've just come out from Serbia. It wasn't really a holiday.
Yeah, I just come back from Stevenage just seeing mates.
If you don't know the answer to that question, then I think you are an ostrich.
What?
Well, your head must be in the sand.
I'm sorry, Nigel. I'm confused.
Is your head in the sand?
I don't know what.
You don't know what?
We're just wondering, you know, if you'll stay up.
Are you flexible enough to get your head in the sand? My suspicion would be no.
We've never tried.
I can, you can't.
Give us a chance.
Don't give that crap with me.
Wait, give me a second. Give me a second. Let me just get this. And
if you just hold it like that, I just got an up.
Nearly there. Nearly there, mate. Just, I think he said, is it? Right.
And I'll smile at you because I can afford to smile at you.
Can't do it, mate. Maybe just put my head in it.
Well, you must be very stupid.
Will you show us then?
No. See you.
Well, Copper fam, do you feel Nigel is flexible enough to dip his head in and out of sand? Do you think Leicester City are going to stay up? Leave a comment and let us know. Move! All right, enough Premier League talk. Let's talk about the Championship all the way down to Conference South, where all the winners of them leagues start with the letter B.
Massive congratulations to all of those sides going up to new challenges, but also a massive congratulations to Jimmy Floyd Hasselbeck of Burton Albion, MK Dons, Celtic, Hearts, and of course, the massive Bournemouth, the new Premier League side.
MLJ has said, what about AFC Bournemouth being in the Premier League for the first time? And the second one is Declan C saying, will Bournemouth survive in the Prem? So Vuj, quickly, do you think that Bournemouth will survive?
I believe in dreams. I'm going to say yes. I would love them to stay up.
Vuj, we got an interesting comment from a young boy called Ryan. He said, hey guys, have you thought about doing a predicting the future segment? Ryan, well, we haven't. Since you thought about it, why don't you go and do it? You let us know. And this is what he sent in.
On Monday, Raheem Sterling will decline another contract offer from Liverpool after hearing that Chelsea rate Hazard at £200 million. Raheem also thinks he's worth £200 million. And think of the balloons you can buy. On Tuesday, Raheem Sterling will probably have another child, as will Adam Johnson. On Wednesday, Arsene Wenger will be asked what the future has in store for Arsenal Football Club. He'll say that they're getting a lot more stewards in to help with crowd control at the Emirates, when really we know he just wants people around him in case he has problems with his outerwear. On Thursday, when Rooney will be asked what he thought about the exciting climax to the end of the Championship season, he'll say that he's thrilled for Watford and he's pleased for Bournemouth, but what he's most glad about is the thought that he doesn't have to play Wolves next year, as he thinks that football is predominantly a sport for humans and should remain that way. Thanks, Wayne. On Friday, David Beckham will be asked to reflect on his 40 years as a human so far. David says that, like everyone else, he has skeletons in his closet. Don't worry, David. After she's decided what she wants to wear, Victoria will be out in a minute. So that was me this week on next week's news. Tune in next week for the following week's news and the following week for the week news.
That was next week's news. Thank you, Ryan.
Vidge, it's time for you to hand me your phone.
Quick fire round.
With a difference. This time I will ask you 5 questions and you will have 10 seconds to answer each question.
Ooh, I like that.
Bit different, isn't it? First question, you ready?
Yes.
Michael Carpenter has asked, thoughts on the FA Cup being changed to the Emirates FA Cup?
I think that's a joke. Sponsors should not be bloody taken, you know, putting a sponsor's name in front of a cup which has such a history. I think it's a joke. I mean, and it's Emirates. They sponsor your stadium.
Stop!
I don't want it to...
Vuj, who has a bigger ego, Zlatan or Kanye West? Go!
I think it has to be Kanye West. I mean, you're trying to swim in Armenia, but you're falling over. You're making all these songs and, you know, claiming all this shit. And you're married to Kim K. Like, it's Kim K out of everyone.
Stop! Ronaldo had 2 goals stolen from him. He responds by not celebrating and being quite angry. Is Ronaldo more obsessed with his own goal tally than winning? Go!
He's an absolute knobhead. Ronaldo, you should not even... This is a disgrace. You should be banned from football for 6 months, 9 months. Send him to Alaska. Go, just up!
How do you rate Van Gaal's first year at Manchester United?
Absolute joke. So lucky. L-U-C-K-Y. That's what would have happened on Countdown if he was on it. Lucky. What a joke. Not even a manager. Shouldn't be a manager. Should be a farmer in Holland. Stop growing cannabis.
Whoa. Final question, Vuj. Where do you think the pie will end up and how much will be the fee?
The pie. Actual pie. Or the pay. The pie. The pie's in my stomach. And the pay will be in Liverpool. Yeah? It's going to come to Liverpool.
Vuj, that's your 5 questions. Copper fan,
Had fun.
if you like that style, leave a comment and let us know, and we'll do it again next week. Here's your phone, mate.
Cheers, Keith.
Vuj,
Yeah.
we've got to the point in the show where we address the millions. And millions of Copper 90 fans all across the world, not on Tumblr, on the YouTube, on the Facebook, on the Twitter, on the Instagram, on the Snapchat. It's that epic moment in the show that can only be described as, in Filipino, what? What the?
Comento na glingo!
Emerson Boyce has said, any thoughts on Wigan getting relegated from the Championship? Peak times.
I'm sorry to all Wigan fans. I apologise in advance for my comment which is coming. Never been a fan of that club. You know, you've gone down. I say, well, you know, you've gone down, innit? It's another league down for you. You know, it was horrible to go to. I think it was worse than Stoke.
Thank you so much for your comments that have entered comment of the week. Keep leaving your comments. Comes to the end of the show.
Yeah.
But guess what? Champions League is back. A massive, massive game on Wednesday. We're talking about Pep Guardiola going back to the new camp. Make sure you're leaving comments about all of the Champions League. Until then,
We
got the comments going up. Hey, on a Monday.
Yeah, picking all these comments and they funny.